I have a couple tips for you. If you feel like around your time of the month, you tend to kind of go off track, like not stick to your healthy eating plan and whatever your plan is, because it's that time of the month that you're feeling a certain type of way. So I want to give you a few different thoughts on that and some tips so you can kind of strategize what you actually want to do around that time and not feel like it's just kind of out of control, out of your control, and like, well, it hits and this is just what happens. So the first thing that I think is helpful to identify is if you are feeling physical hunger or if you are feeling emotional hunger. And some of us know what that is, but just in case you don't, I want to quickly help you identify what each of those are. Physical hunger is when you literally feel it in your body, like you feel it in kind of like the pit of your stomach. That's how I know I feel it. And I like to describe it as you would eat the most boring, like healthy food, like grilled chicken and broccoli, something that is truly pure fuel for your body. Like there's minimal entertainment to it. I use this example with my daughter all the time because half the time she like eats a meal and she'll come and be like bored and she'll be like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Like we have chicken in the fridge or we have cashews. I love to always use cashews at my house. I don't know why. And like 2 seconds later, she's gone because she doesn't want to eat those foods. She wants something like cookies or chips because she's truly bored. So that's the first thing we want to identify is, are we having physical hunger or is it more emotional hunger, which is more like cravings, like wanting to eat because we have a high emotion of some type, like we're feeling stressed or sad and we want to eat more for comfort. And either one of those reasons is totally fine. You get to choose what you do with those, but I think the first step is identifying which one it is for you. And it makes complete sense that around our period, before and during, that we are going to feel like we want to eat either of those times, probably more than other times throughout the month. Now, if you're feeling a little bit more physically hungry, I personally don't have any issue with eating more food around that time. Our body sometimes does need a little bit more fuel leading up to the time. Now, if it's more an emotional eat, I personally don't like to eat much more than I normally do just because I'm craving food or just because I'm feeling extra sad or extra emotional. For me, that is kind of like a little food guideline that I have for myself. So the second tip that I would give you is to evaluate for you what are the reasons you want to be eating and don't want to be eating, regardless what time of the month it is. Now, I think physical hunger makes sense most of the time to eat, but the other side of it is when it's emotional or when it's just a craving, regardless of what day it is, do you want to be eating? Because I think that's something that sometimes we forget about. We always have a choice in the matter. And a lot of times when I talk to people, it almost seems like we're kind of throwing our hands up because we have this hormonal change throughout the month and feel a certain way and like, oh, well, we just have to eat. And we absolutely don't. We get a choice. And it kind of goes back to what I talk about in some of my other videos. Yeah, we may have to sit with a little bit of discomfort if we have a craving or we're feeling, sad or whatever it is, and we're used to going to food and we're not this time and it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you can totally handle that. And that is when a new habit's developed.